I can't believe I'm making this video, but yeah, here I am. It has just been announced that Man of Steel 2, starring Henry Cavill as Superman, has officially been confirmed. Finally! So if that sounds interesting, let's hop into it and break this all down. Yo, what is going on guys, Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on the DCEU. And yeah, for this video we have some very interesting news coming from the Hollywood Reporter, talking about not only a new Superman movie starring Henry Cavill as Superman, but we have other pieces of news regarding other DC projects such as The Flash 2, for example, a bunch of The Batman stuff with Matt Reeves, and we have some James Gunn news as well. So this video, we will cover all of them through the article the Hollywood Reporter does talk about, but the main primary focus is going to be the hot topic and the one pretty much everyone is just blowing up about, and that is the return of the GOAT himself, Henry Cavill as Superman for Man of Steel 2. And yeah, as I said, this is all coming from the Hollywood Reporter, so I'm going to read over their article first and obviously break everything down bit by bit. And obviously for those who want to read the entire article itself, I will link in the description down below. Now, the first few stuff in the article I have already touched upon. It is essentially what The Rock has been talking about since last week and what he's been teasing about the fact that the most powerful and unstoppable force in the entire universe has been in the sidelines for too long, and the whole listening to the fans thing and him incorporating the idea into not only Black Adam but other upcoming DC films as well. So I'm not going to entirely touch upon that, but yeah, here we go with the rest of the article. The Hollywood Reporter can exclusively report that James Gunn, the filmmaker behind Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy movies, as well as Warner Brothers' The Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, is angling for his own new DC project or two. Sources tell The Hollywood Reporter that James Gunn and producer Peter Safran are in talks with Warner's for a mysterious movie or mystery movie, possibly more that Gunn would tackle. Warner's had no comment, but as one insider observes, a carving of the comic company's intellectual assets is happening. DC is definitely in play, says this person. How much play may depend on your perspective from inside or outside of the studio. While it isn't clear what hero or teams Gunn is targeting, and the writer-director would focus on the second season of Peacemaker first, the studio's eyes are very much on Superman. Under Warner Brothers Discovery, CEO David Zaslav and Warner Brothers Pictures head leads Michael DeLuca and Pam Abdi, Warner has an intense desire to reprise the Cavill iteration of the hero. The project that would essentially be Man of Steel 2 is being produced by Charles Roven and is currently in a search for writers. So this essentially means that it's in early stages of development. This is all very exciting stuff in my opinion. But yeah, continuing on with the article before we break it all down. Dwayne Johnson, however, has Superman plans of his own and has been very vocal about his desire to make a Black Adam vs Superman movie, a desire he has only reiterated more frequently in the lead up to Black Adam. Now, there are some spoilers going into Black Adam, so I'm not going to really touch upon that because by the time I'm recording this video, the film is obviously not released yet. But wrapping up the article, whatever the case, Dwayne Johnson is definitely at the center of Cavill's return to DC, which was not without some drama of its own. Johnson's manager is Dani Garcia, his former wife, who is also his producing partner at 7 Bucks Entertainment. Garcia also happens to represent Henry Cavill. Now, this all makes me very happy, and it just clearly shows the contrast between the fans' receptions to what the DCEU have been doing prior to pretty much the lead up to Black Adam, where the DCEU was just an absolute shambles. They had no intention in bringing back Henry Cavill as Superman. Fans have been wanting this for years, and WB are like, nope, you're not getting Henry Cavill back. We don't want Henry Cavill back. And the DCEU has just been a mess overall. Once again, as I said, they don't have their main hero. They don't have the face of DC, that being Superman. We don't know who our Batman is. We obviously have a lot of confusion going on with the projects. The WB going around axing different projects one by one. We no longer have our core Justice League members around because at that time, obviously, Henry Cavill was no longer Superman. They didn't want to bring Henry Cavill back as Superman. We didn't know who our main Batman was, in which it seemed like they were heading into the Keaton route, but now obviously we do not know. We do not have Cyborg, and clearly Ezra Miller will no longer be playing the Flash as well. So it's an absolute mess right now. But now, as we can see, with The Rock bringing in this idea of just listening to the fans, and he did obviously say, although you cannot give them everything they want, you can show that they always felt listened to. And you can see the massive change Dwayne Johnson just brought into the DCEU. Like, now look at this. We have news of Henry Cavill freaking returning as Superman for a second film, which is by far the best news of DC we've ever heard in such a long time. This is such great news, for me at least. Henry Cavill is my favorite Superman of all time. I love Henry Cavill's version of Superman, and I'm so glad that he's getting a second film after so long. You can clearly see the difference in management with just bringing in The Rock over here. He's like, right, you need to listen to the fans, you need to do all of this. Look at it now. Fans are so happy about this. They're so excited for this. And most important of all, it's giving the DCEU more of a comeback, because now we have the face of DC back. We have Henry Cavill as Superman, and they did obviously introduce the idea of a 10-year plan movie structure, kind of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're bringing that into account as well, so they're making a more structured cinematic universe. So they're slowly rebuilding. This is something I really like, because it obviously puts DCEU in the right direction. Now obviously, in terms of Man of Steel 2, we don't know who like the director or anything is going to be at the moment. This is in very early stages of development. But what we do know is that Henry Cavill is returning as Superman because of The Rock, pretty much. So I guess thank The Rock for whatever's going on over here. But in terms of a director, I don't know if it will be Zack Snyder or if it will be someone else. That is up to them to decide, I guess. I'm just happy that Henry Cavill is coming back as Superman. Now, in regards to Man of Steel 2, what would be really cool, and I hope they do this, is because we're obviously introducing another Kryptonian in the DCEU, and that is obviously in the Flash movie. We're introducing Sasha Calle's Supergirl. So what would be really cool is to actually see Sasha Calle's Supergirl in Man of Steel 2. I would absolutely love to see both of them interact with one another, both of them perhaps even team up together to face off against a villain. That would be so sick, and I would absolutely just love that. I would really be down for that. In regards to who the villain could be, once again, we don't know. I would really like to see Brainiac or something like that, but as I said, it's very early to talk about this at the moment. I'll probably make multiple different theory videos about this as we get more information and all those sorts of stuff. But for now, all we know is that this is bringing DC back into the right direction. We are trending with Henry Cavill returning as Superman. Obviously, we're getting another Flash script in development. The Flash 2 is coming. Obviously, no longer going to be played by Ezra Miller. They're obviously going to recast the Flash, so it's going to be interesting to see who's going to fill up that role. And we have a bunch of other DC projects coming, as we just talked about. We have James Gunn returning for more projects, either Peacemaker 2 season 2, which most probably is going to happen anyways, but he's going to work on 2 other projects, so it could probably be like a Bloodsport show as well, or it could be a solo spin-off movie focused on something else. But James Gunn is an amazing director. I've loved what he did with the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, so I'm sure he's definitely going to deliver on whatever he's doing. But for now, fans can celebrate, because this is a massive win for DC and does really point them in the right direction. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Be sure to tell me in the comment section down below what your thoughts about all of this is. Are you guys excited to see Henry Cavill return as Superman? What do you guys like to see for Man of Steel 2? And just let me know overall what you guys are looking forward to the most in terms of what we've discussed over here. I'm interested to see all of your opinions towards all of this as well. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.